After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 426. Today is Saturday, October 31st, 2020. Happy Halloween for those who are celebrating Halloween. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. If you're new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you find something you like so that you will stay with us. If you are returning, we're always glad to see you back.
Yes, we are happy to have you with us too.
Yep, and if you are new or returning but kind of in the shadows, please feel free to subscribe to the podcast.
Bean tax.
Thank you. On YouTube. Just press the little subscription button and hit the little bell so you can get notifications. And if you want to be able to be involved with the Cal-Cals, Laos, the crochet, knit, loom knit-alongs, the giveaways, the camaraderie, all that stuff takes place on our PHN homepage. And that's phnpodcast.freeforums.net. So if you want to be joining in all the fun stuff there, that's again phnpodcast.freeforums.net. Just say you want to come in and we'll let you in, okay? Mm-hmm. And that's so that we don't get bots, all right? So we'd be glad to see you there, all right?
And if you are a member and you've noticed a bot that we've missed, please let us know so we can kick them out.
And you have to know that, I was going to say something and now I don't remember what it was because it just went bye-bye. Okay. Moving on.
Members.
Members, yes, I did. I welcomed all the members. We don't have any official members who said anything, but we do have some new members on YouTube because the numbers went up. So we're happy about that. We're welcoming you if you are new and we didn't realize it. I saw someone whose name, I think her name was Paula. Paula, I'm not sure if you're new or if you just haven't commented much, but if you are new, we're glad to have you with us. Glad to have all of you with us, but if she's new, I want to make sure we welcome her.
And we also say welcome to our new Patreons.
Yes, we have new Patreons.
No Patreon.
Patreon. So that's exciting. We're glad to have Stephanie with us.
Yes.
Okay. Now, moving on to our tea. Well, how many did you have?
I have 9. Did you determine how many you have?
I think I have 10. Let me see.
I thought I had 10, but I had something down twice in my show notes.
Let me see. I have 1, 2, counting will commence, 3, 4, 5.
I always feel like Luke Skywalker
6,
when I put this on.
7, 8, 9. I have 10.
Even though it's the wrong color, but you know when he puts on his going
10.
into Tatooine right before they go to the casino, I think he puts on his big white tannish white one.
10. So how are we
and
doing?
I have 9. So
how are we doing this?
You go first in all things.
I go first in all things. Okay.
And hang on, no one can see your shirt, so you need to up a little bit. Up, up, up.
No.
Up, up, up.
Not wish it.
Isn't she really, though?
I forget if you gave it to me or Davina gave it to me.
Dad might have even.
Dad might have, yeah.
It's something he would do, but I'm usually the one who likes to do t-shirt types of things. Davina doesn't usually give that.
Yeah, this might have been for my husband. I love sweatshirts. For a while, I couldn't wear them because I was overheating, but now I'm okay with them again because I get cold. All right, so
I like the ones with a big wide neck.
Yeah, this one's not too bad for a
You
neck.
see, that would drive me insane.
This is okay for me. If I have anything too close to the neck, it bothers me. I can't wear turtlenecks.
If it sits anywhere from here onward, I feel like I'm choking.
This is a little lower than most, but I can't wear anything because like you said, choking. I can't wear a turtleneck. I can wear a cowl neck.
But I'm also wider in the shoulders than you,
right.
So something that might land in an okay area for you is going to come up to here on me, and I'm going to just feel like I have to constantly be doing this.
Right. Okay, so let's see. Our tea.
Tea, yes.
I am drinking Plum Deluxe tea. It's maple chai because people on Zoom, I had this yesterday when we were doing our Zoom as well, because apparently this is what I want to drink.
So she wants what she really, really wants.
Tell me what I want, what I really, really want. Okay. Maple chai, refreshing, invigorating, and just wonderful. Black tea, oolong tea, apple pieces, cinnamon chip, cardamom, ginger, clove, safflower, maple syrup extract, love, gratitude, and caffeine. Yay for caffeine. Yeah, and it's in my, there's my Plum Deluxe tea, and it's in the mug that Crystal, who is chronically crocheting, gave to me. It's her logo. So that's that. You can see. Yarny friends are the best friends. Make the best friends. And it's my tea. I love my tea. This might be a little weak for you today.
Yeah, it
but,
might be.
And I'm having a 70-calorie fiber bar today.
Because this tea runs on a little bit on the weak side for me anyway. Mm-hmm. I like it, but...
Well, I don't think I put as much tea in as I usually do.
Yeah, it's good, but it's one of the teas that I'd have to drink it on a weekday. Mm-hmm. Or on a day I wouldn't mind a weak tea. I'm still eating my Bada Bean Bada Boom. This is the Zesty Ranch.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. And Mom has her 70-calorie bar. Mm-hmm. So she's eating much better than mine because I had 110 calories. But
we planned poorly today. So,
well, I think my breakfast is a little bit lower calorie though.
No, I meant for the eating. We don't usually eat on the podcast, or I don't usually.
I usually eat the bean one.
Okay, so
my tea.
Your tea. Get a move on, buddy, Bucky boy.
So, in my all I want to do is hug all the bunnies mugs, which shocking of shockers because I've been using this mug almost exclusively for a little while. I use the other ones for other things, but
I mean, I'm very happy that you use that.
Mm-hmm. This is a tea that Mom got me the other day. This is from the Vine and Leaf, Gunpowder Fine Teas and Artisan Chocolates. And Mom saw it after it bloomed. It's a green tea, I believe. So she saw it after it bloomed and she said it looked gross.
Well, I was in a mood.
So
she was talking at me and I was getting overwhelmed. So I was like,
So I'm still being generous and letting her try it.
I probably won't like it because it's a gunpowder tea that's smoky, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not sure if you deserve the taste.
It's good. It's smoky, but I don't.
Excellent.
It's better. It's better than some of the other, like the one I got you from Williamsburg or whatever. Mm-hmm. That one was stronger. This one's not as bad.
It's a different gunpowder, I think.
Yeah, it's good.
And what's good about the gunpowders is, each steeping it becomes richer in flavor for some reason. Mm-hmm. So I used to drink it all throughout a 12-hour shift.
Right. It's a good tea. That one's not too bad. I wouldn't buy it, but I don't mind drinking it. Mm-hmm. So that's really.
It would be really good with because it is a green tea with Chinese food or something like that.
I like Chinese food and having the tea with the green tea with that, but it's not a gunpowder tea. It's more mild.
Mm-hmm. But I don't like the more mild green teas.
Well, it's not real mild. It's kind of in between. It has a definite flavor to it. Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's not too bad. Okay.
I'm so glad you approve.
I don't care if you're glad or not. I am definitely in a mood today. So, and I don't apologize for it either.
Hawaiian punch.
Punch. How about a nice Hawaiian punch? Punch.
I still need to watch that video.
Yeah. We watched the Donald O'Connor one because Donald O'Connor and Gene Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Well, I have that scene basically memorized.
Yeah, it's great. Moses opposes. Okay. Moving on, now that we've done waffling.
I'm trying to hurry up and finish my beans.
Let's see here. We have the charity long going on, and that is a year-long along, so it started January 1st of this year and will go till December 31st.
Did you say it was a along?
What?
It sounded like you said it was a long.
I don't know. I can't be bothered with remembering things that far back. Anyway, this along began January 1st and goes through December 31st, midnight, going into January 1st of 2021. So we're 3/4 of the way through. We're on the last quarter of the along. And this is charity items, just as we said. Knit, loom knit, and crocheted items. And the only exception to that will be the sewn masks that we still need because of COVID. So those are still accepted for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. It is 1 WIP per project per week. For those of you who are new, a WIP is a work in progress, and a FO is a finished object, okay? So for the FO only, the finished object.
Those of you new to knitting, crocheting, slang.
Yes, that okay, you got me off track. For the finished object only, the FO only, if you are using a featured pattern or a featured yarn, you get 2 chances at a prize. And if you use a featured yarn and a featured pattern together for the finished object, you get 3 chances at a prize. But you are responsible for your multiple postings. All this information is in the thread on PHN, okay? But it, let's see, Whip Project Week, knitted, crocheting, loom knitted. The featured things, the featured patterns are baby items of any kind, hat knot hate, if those are going on. I'm just going to say, if you're still, hat knot hate, I don't care. If it's not going on anymore, I don't know if it's not going on anymore. Hat knot hate, we'll accept it for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. These masks, anything in Talia's patterns, anything in my one pattern or Laura Concert's patterns, anything in my yarn, or which is Lady Critical Creations, or Laura Concert's yarn, which is Lollipop Girl yarns. Those are all featured things. Did I forget anything that was featured? Brittany's dishcloths. Anything that are in...
And that's not a pattern of Brittany's specifically.
No,
if you're giving dishcloths to Brittany.
And they have to go to Brittany to get the 2 chances at a prize. Yeah. So those are all 2 chances at a prize. If you marry the yarn and the pattern, 3 chances at a prize. Okay. Let's see what we have here. The prizes for this quarter... We have West Yorkshire Spinner's yarn in the pheasant colorway that was donated by Mama C, who is Christina, and 2 skeins of mohair min yarn donated by Marriott. She donated that ages ago. She just gave us a whole bunch of stuff.
It was a huge
It was
amount.
an amazingly generous contribution. So we're still getting through that.
It's a gift that keeps giving.
Yes, and it's wonderful yarn.
I think it might be like the bag of Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
We're just...
Or Santa Claus's bag.
Santa Claus's bag.
Yeah. So anyway, we're very grateful to the people who donate. Christina donates all the time. She's a very generous donator. We're very appreciative of that. Marriott was very generous. I don't know if she's still with us or not, because when we made the move, I'm not sure she made the move with us. But
right, because not everyone came with the forms, even they kept watching.
Right. So we are thankful to her for her generosity. And if she's with us, we hope she will pop in and say hi.
Yes.
Okay. So those will be 2 winners, one for the West Yorkshire Spinners and one for the mohair. Okay, now Toy Along 2020, we are a month into that, almost finished with the month, because it goes October through December, and this is just toys. Okay, all the toys.
The toys.
And the toys that are featured for this are Talia's toys and Laura Concert's toys. I think she has a couple of toys.
Well, I know she's the Hufflepuff.
And I don't know if the Birdle is available yet.
But because I know she was going to, but then life happened.
So I don't know if it's out there. But her toys and Bakery Bear's toys are featured patterns.
And they have been since the inception of the Toy Along.
Yes. My yarn and Laura's yarn, featured yarns. So you have, for the finished object, just like the other along, it's 2 chances at a prize for the finished object in a featured pattern or a featured yarn. 3 chances if you have a featured pattern and a featured yarn for the finished object. Okay. Again, that's in the thread that's marked Toy Along. In the PHN home, if you have any questions, feel free to ask us, ask one of the moderators. We have fabulous moderators.
We also have fabulous members who will answer questions if they see it sitting there.
Most of our members are quasi-moderators. So,
yeah, because a lot of them have been with us for a while.
Yeah, forever. So, okay, let's see here. Is there anything else I need to say about this? Oh, hashtag PHN Toy 2020 is the hashtag, and for the charity, it's PHN Charity 2020 hashtag. Okay, all right. That just, and the new stuff coming up. We're not going to tell you what's coming up until in January, until we hit December. We're kind of excited about that, so hopefully that you'll be excited as well. Okay.
I feel like we might have mentioned it last podcast. Maybe we just mentioned it.
No, we mentioned it on Zoom.
Oh, is that where we
or we met? I think
maybe something
live
Patreon.
stream. It was something Patreon. I think that we mentioned some of the stuff that we were looking forward to doing.
Okay, I can't remember. That was too long ago.
Because that's one of the perks.
Yes.
So, okay. I guess I have 10. I need a drink.
Yep, you do have 10. That's what happens when you craft a lot.
And my voice is a little I don't know what's wrong with things, allergies, so I apologize if it's annoying anybody.
Well, we are in that awkward
Mm-hmm.
change of season.
Okay, in my silver shed,
We're finally getting some red leaves.
Yeah, oh, they're gorgeous. I love red leaves. I told this story to people before, so if you're long-time viewers, you probably heard
If you're
this.
a seasoned PHN
veteran, you heard this. But my husband was military. He's retired military. So we would move around a lot. We moved to Colorado Springs, which is gorgeous. But there were no red leaves on the trees. And I complained to my mom because I was considered myself a New Englander because I had 4 years, well, actually 8 years in New England during the military. So I considered myself, even though my residency was Connecticut. So, and Massachusetts, and I went to college in Connecticut. So I considered myself a New Englander. And I said, Mom, there's no red, purple leaves here.
What color leaves did they have?
Yellow.
Just yellow?
Just the yellow for the most part. I mean, it was
kinda
gorgeous.
boring.
It was gorgeous against the blue sky and everything, but mostly where
Sorry, that was rude. I apologize.
and with
Because we get the red leaves down here.
with
so.
with where we were in Colorado Springs, it was all yellow, all gold, and it was pretty. But I missed like the oranges and the yellow, the reds, and all the stuff. And I was complaining to my mom. So when they came to visit, she brought me, I think it was a red maple, sugar maple, or something, whatever it was. So I still have it in one of my albums.
Yeah, you do.
It's in cellophane, and because I missed it so much. So when we got our house here, my husband's like, well, I want to put up oaks. I said, you have to put up red maples. So he's got a whole bunch of red maples and a few oaks, but that way we had the golden oaks and the red maples, and it's going to be really pretty. But I missed it so much. I didn't feel like I was at home without it.
Yeah, I think the reds are my favorites because we also see the purples. We see a nice variety here. We see the purples, we see the reds, we do see some of the golds.
We don't have
We have some oranges.
we don't have a lot of the oranges, and I don't like the purple where
No,
was all year. It's
Yeah.
really pretty when it changes, like the reds, and it changes. Then it's pretty because it gives some depth to everything. So you've got the purple reds and the oranges and it looks like fire. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay. Anyway, going on. Apparently this is going to be a waffle podcast. Anyway, my Silver Shed
always a waffle
USA large Eeyore bag. Where's my large Eeyore bag? I thought I brought it out.
I know you went through your bags
There
last
it is.
night.
Large Eeyore bag. My Eeyore bag. Yes, I know this is Winnie the Pooh. It's Eeyore. Because Anne Brody, Silver Shed, told me, what do you want to be the central character? I said Eeyore. So it's Eeyore there, and Eeyore here, and this is my Eeyore bag.
She made yours as central as she could.
Yes, Eeyore. I love this fabric. It's just so whimsical. I love Winnie the Pooh.
Well, and it's also very vintage.
Yes, I love Winnie the Pooh, but especially Eeyore. And I've never read the books. I've only seen the movies, the Disney movies. And this is...
There are other kinds?
I just wanted to clarify in case there was. I don't know.
Okay.
This may be getting torn out. Not because I don't like the pattern, but because I'm not sure I can live with the mistakes that are in it. There's a yarn here that's kind of pulled, and I'm not sure why it's pulled.
Mm-hmm.
I think I tried to correct something in
I think you probably did.
So this may be getting pulled out, but this is a Laura Smoot design. It is the School Marm shawl project from the Easy A pattern.
Well, I think you might have made a mistake also introducing such a dark yarn.
Well, it's really pretty in it. I love the way the yarn is working up in it, and I love the pattern. Laura Smoot, she doesn't make patterns anymore as far as I know, but she's extremely talented, and this is one of her easy ones, and I fully intended to finish it, but I put it aside because I made mistakes. When I started this, it was about 2 or 3 years ago, so I was a very new knitter, and
It probably wasn't your best choice to start as a brand new knitter.
well, no, I think it was fine. It was an easy A. I just didn't know how to fix it.
Right.
And I tried to fix it because I was being adventurous, and I just can't live with the way it... Let me see if I can find it again. Maybe you can see it. There's like a little hole here.
No, I saw it when you showed it earlier.
There's
It's on this side. I think it's on... It's there.
yeah, it's right.
You
there.
had too loose of a thread here. Yeah, you'd have to tear that back.
See, it's I just can't really live with that. Because I was toying with giving this to Talia. If I gave it to Talia, I wouldn't want to give her that. And if I kept it, it would be kind of okay. But and I know I miscounted things. What I'll probably do is tear this out. And I might even use the same yarn again, or I might use this.
I say wait a while.
Well, I'm not going to do it
Yeah.
right away.
Put
I'm
it
not-
in timeout.
Yeah, I'm not going to wait a while to tear it out.
No, tear it out. put it in timeout, put the yarn in timeout until you aren't just, so you don't just start it up again.
Well, I was thinking I have a new colorway that you guys aren't going to see for a while because it's part of the Advent kit, and that won't be available for at least 6 months, probably to a year. And I would like to do this in that. I think it'd be really pretty.
And it'd also be nice if then maybe you'd have a chance to build up some of your knitting skills.
So this, and I want to make it clear.
And also you have advanced as a knitter since then.
Yeah. I want to make it clear that it is nothing to do with the pattern or the yarn. I perfectly.
And sometimes the marriage of the yarn and pattern is not perfect with the knitter at that time.
Right. And
wrong time, wrong knitter, wrong pattern, wrong.
I want to make it quite clear that Laura writes an absolutely fabulous pattern. She has everything broken down. I might have expanded some of this, but she has everything completely broken down.
That looks like one of your expandings.
She's just really fabulous. This is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? So it's not her, it's me, okay? I just want to make that clear. And it's not Miss Babs' yarn either. It's just...
Well, sometimes it's just not meant to be.
That's not this yarn, is it?
Yeah. Oh no, wait, I'm sorry. No, this is Kim Dyes.
Oh, Kim Dyes,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I need a shawl.
This is too bright.
Yeah, I need a Miss Babs Yowza out of that.
That's right. Okay. So that's that.
No, this is a bulky Kim Dyes. This was Black Cherry. This was my first attempt to do alternating yarns. It really was kind of pointless. And when I determined, unless I absolutely had to, I wasn't going to alternate yarns.
Well, there's no need to. It's all the same yarn. It's variegated.
Yeah. I had heard someone talking about it and I wanted to try it.
I like Kim's yarns. I don't normally buy her other weights. I buy her bulky. I like her bulky weights. They're very... And not because I don't
It's just
like it. I can dye my own of the other stuff. I can dye my own bulky too, but I like hers. And she actually isn't she the one who did our? Was she the one who did our first?
She did our first colorway.
She did our first.
I have
PHN
some
colorway.
of her. I have a gradient that she gave me, and then I have her colorway that she sold us, or she gave me. I'm sorry, I did buy the gradient.
She was very talented. I told her what we wanted for that first yarn. We were very new. I mean, it was our first year, and she said, there's gonna be some purple in there. I said, yeah, when you match blue and red, you're gonna have purple, so that's fine. And I have it in a little shawlette, so I have it.
I had planned to make, and that's why I think I have so much fingering in it. I was planning to make that sweater that was so popular for a while, but in retrospect probably would not be good for my shape. It's
what sweater was that?
Blessed. It was a fingering weight pullover. Maybe it wasn't terribly. It was a fade, where it was made for a fade sweater. It was short sleeve, and it kind of ended at a point on one side.
Oh right, asymmetric sweater.
It was a slightly asymmetric pullover, but short sleeve pullover. I can see the sweater in my head, but I just can't pull the name out of my head. And I was convinced I was going to knit that, and I never did. I don't know why I thought I would knit a fingering weight pullover.
Would have been nice for spring. It's your turn.
Not the way that I sweat.
Well, that wasn't the time yet.
No, I always have.
Too much information.
Well, you asked.
I did not ask. I made a statement.
You stated.
That's not asking.
I'm tired.
Yes, you are.
In my silver shed.
I'm tired. I'm tired now.
In my silver shed reference, USA Tree Frogs bag is my... Hang on, the zipper's stuck on itself. Oh, that's why I'm stuck. Okay. It's bluebells and buttercups. Bluebells and buttercups field. So this is all Miss Babs in the on the forest floor. She's hugging him. She's not trying to strangle him.
No, she doesn't strangle people. She's a turtle.
I felt like I should clarify that she's a happy turtle. She doesn't try to strangle people.
Turtles don't strangle people. That's what bunnies do with their ears.
That was far-fetched.
They stomp them to death.
So, this is squash blossom. I always want to call it buttersquash.
Buttersquash.
I don't know what a buttersquash is.
I don't either. Butternut squash, not buttersquash.
I always want to call it buttersquash. But this is squash blossom. Dragon's Flight Inkwell. All Miss Babs colorways.
And
this is the last of my Squash Blossom, this skein.
This is really hard to find. I went looking for yarn, Miss Babs, and I went looking for this for her because I had asked my husband, I said, well, look, we missed all the fiber festivals for COVID and other reasons. I'm going to get some yarn. And he said, okay. And I said, and I wanted to get one for Talia. And I was looking for this. They didn't have it.
Because this is one that's kind of a staple for me. For a while, you would see it popping up in all my projects.
And the funny thing about it was, they didn't have it even, like I went to look at kits where they had like 3 or 4 colors and that was one of them. They were the mini Yowzas, so about 250
Yeah, I had seen
yards.
one at one point that was red, orange, and
I almost picked one up like that for you.
Yeah.
And it was like, they were all gone. And slate has been gone. Like I may have picked up some slate because they came in finally. When I saw them, I was like, oh, I'm getting that. So, but it's not here yet. So you'll see that later.
It'll probably arrive actually after the podcast.
Yeah, it's supposed to get here today. So we'll see. Probably see it next week.
Yes. Because everything we want to show on the podcast arrives right after we record.
Because our mailman comes around 1:30 in the afternoon.
And so anytime we have something coming in the mail, and inevitably we have something come in that we would have wanted to show on the podcast.
Right. Okay. Let me see here. In my... This one you haven't seen in a while. I don't know if I showed you... Well, maybe... Did I show it last week? Well, we'll see. Ploverbird Owl's bag. Because I don't have any owl's bag. Okay. In my Ploverbird... Isn't this a cute bag? Ploverbird Owls. I saw this one. I said, mine. This is my Autumn and Avonlea project from the Anne's Imagination Cal. Green Gables inspired by Tanya Marie Anderson. I think I did show this last week.
I feel like you might have.
So I didn't make a whole lot of progress. I did a little bit on the... during the PT visit our weekly PT visit. Oh, look at that.
You worked on it fairly recently.
The pattern. Isn't that pretty? I love the way this is working out. I'm not sure where this is going to go. It might stay with me. It might not. We'll see. It's really pretty. My mom might like this. So, we'll see what happens. It's really soft. Can you feel this time?
Yes.
It's very soft. And the yarn, I believe, is Skano, and I think it has silk in it.
I was going to say, it has something in it.
Yep. Very, very pretty.
I thought at first maybe some baby alpaca.
Yep, this is really
But there's
nice.
not enough of a halo.
I've got 3 skeins of this. 3 skeins? Yeah, 3 skeins of this. So it should be plenty to make that, and maybe I can get a pair of fingerless mitts. Is the Booyakasha seed stitch? All of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All my new fingerless mitts have seed stitch.
I'll have to look at it again. Maybe I'll do that in Booyakasha.
In Booyakasha?
I mean, in
Fun?
Fun. Yeah. Your turn.
Okay, so in my Silver Shed USA, I'm not Silver Shed USA, Kickaboo bags, autism awareness, puzzle pieces, blue autism awareness. Nah.
Okay.
Makes me think of a meme I saw for chronic illness. Like, you see a lot for people who are getting older too. It's like, reach the point where when something falls to the ground, I debate whether or not I really want that thing anymore.
It's new places on the floor.
Right.
Yeah. That's where it belongs now. I keep seeing, whenever I hear Aunt, though, I keep seeing Groot's mom. Aunt. Aunt. Look, Mom, I made a rocket. Aunt.
Groot's mom.
Groot.
I heard Groot.
That's probably what I said.
I'm just sitting here like, Groot's mom never showed up.
Nope. I'm not sure I know there is a mom, but that's just...
I mean, I guess he would... I don't know how that works for them. I really don't... I'm not sure if I really want to think about
too
the
much
reproductive...
Well, he kind of can reproduce himself.
I know,
mean,
so it's like,
yeah.
is he like a shoot off of another older self? Like, does he take a...
I think part of that can be because obviously Baby Groot was a shoot off of himself.
Yeah.
That was what was so sad when he just fell apart. Rocket didn't have anything to have another planting of him.
Right. So these are Mom's Captain America. And it does loosen as you go along.
I love this. It's perfect length. I absolutely love the length. I've been wearing the Lady's Favor, which is a little shorter than this. When I go
Well,
walk,
yeah, I had designed this based off suggestions from you.
Because when I you guys know, viewers who've been with us for a while know that I have problems with my hands. So if it's getting cold and I have to hold my walking stick, because sometimes so my hips bother me a little bit, and I'm breaking down. My hips sometimes bother me, so I want to make sure I have a stick. I've never fallen. I'm not worried about falling, but just in case, I have the stick.
Also, it's for dogs.
Yeah, dogs.
That sounds terrible, but we have some dogs that can be kind of
aggressive.
So
it's not, we don't go after, if something comes after me and is biting at me, I'm going to hit him on the nose with it. I'm sorry, guys, if it makes you aggravated, but I'm not going to get bitten by some dog because I'm just going to stand there.
And then risk, like,
whatever
is on their teeth.
But my point is that this kind of, because when it's cold and you're like this, my hands will stiffen up a little bit, so this is helpful. And I want to let everybody know, I love dogs. I love animals. I would never hit an animal unless it was attacking me, okay? or my kids, okay?
Yeah.
So,
if it's sad, you let him fend for himself.
He's pretty able to, but if it's bothering him, I will bop it once. So, protective instinct, mother bear, all that kind of stuff, okay? But I do love animals, which is why we don't have any, because we're not sure that we can give them the best care that they can receive. I don't think certain people should have animals. People who don't, take care of them, don't take them to the vet like they should, leave them outside when they shouldn't, don't pay attention to them and wonder why they bite and all that kind of stuff. We would never do...
A pet's a responsibility that you need to take seriously.
Pets, they require love and affection and care and that kind of stuff. And sometimes we get too busy, so if we can't give that kind of love and affection to a pet, we shouldn't have one.
Right.
So we enjoy other people's pets very much.
Yes.
So, I enjoy people's pets very much, but it would be a disservice to the pet for us to have one ourselves.
But we have a similar reaction to pets that we do to babies, where we won't greet the adult personage walking with them. It's just like, hi
there. You're an appendage.
Oh, hey, hi
person.
Hi there.
Oh, there's a person with you. Yeah. Are you walking your person?
That is so cute. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the puppy that every time we walk by his house, because we used to stop and pet him if he came close enough. After a while, he would pee himself with excitement. Or he got so upset that we passed him by one time.
He pooped.
That he pooped. He was still a very young puppy. And he didn't have quite control of himself.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. He was cute. We haven't seen him in a while. And I mean, my husband and I, because Ty can't walk that way.
Yeah, that was back when I was still able to do some walking.
Is it my turn or your turn?
I just wanted to show that last bit. And I'm getting that little star triangle thing in the center, which kind of seems appropriate for Cap.
Appropriate for Cap, yeah, the top part of the
not
star.
that anyone's going to see it.
It made me think of... Apparently I'm very reference heavy today, but it makes me think of that thing with Stanley Ipkiss where he says, it's a power tie. Power tie. It makes me feel powerful. And I'm sure Stanley Ipkiss, that should bring some memories up for some of you guys. You should get that. Okay, moving on. Okay, my next one is in my Mama C. Owl's bag, because apparently I'm not content with doing just one bag maker. This is Mama C bag, Mama C Owl bag. My Mama C Owl bag. Christina made this for me, and I absolutely love it. September, the baby turtle. October, the baby turtle. From the Bishful. From the Biddy, the Bashful Baby Turtle by her over there. Okay, Franciscan Gypsy Ty.
Her over there.
Her over there. This is September. You've seen this many times before. I did a little work on this. I didn't.
Green rubber ball.
Yeah. No. That's September.
Right.
This is October. And I'm just about ready to start with the other color here for the bottom of the shell. So, I absolutely love this color. And I can't get it anymore because it's Dragonfly Fibers. I don't think they do it anymore.
That's sheaf, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it, but I haven't looked really carefully for it. This is
and they might still be trying to build up their collection of those old colorways.
Well, as I've said before,
try the recipes.
Yeah, as I've said before, they have some recipes, and then they have not all of them though. Mm-hmm. So this is going on the bottom. This is Mad Tosh in liquid gold, I think.
That is liquid gold.
Liquid gold. So this is Mad Tosh. Just going back to Talia when I finish because it's her yarn.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be on the bottom, and they're going to be mirror twin turtles, and they're going upstairs in my bedroom on the bed, and I may have to put my other toys downstairs because it's starting to look like a toy shop up there. Like a little girl's room instead of an adult woman. My husband's a saint.
And it'd be the ones that make it downstairs, the ones that are not my designs, probably.
Probably be Radar and Pippin.
Radar is Ugly Dog, for those of you
Yeah.
who are...
And Pippin is a platypus that is not Talia's. It's Stacy Trox. Both of them are Stacy
Both of them are
Trox.
Stacy Trox.
And she was my first. She was my first foray, thank you, into toy design. Not toy design, toy making. I think, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think she's pretty close.
Pretty close. I might have done. Oh, Chiwa Love. I did some of her.
I thought you did Stacy first.
I'm not sure which one I did. There were 3 designers that I would kind of bounce from at that particular time. Stacy Trox, Chiwa Love, and her name is on the top of my tongue, but she used to do all these little...
Top of your tongue? Isn't it tip of your tongue?
That too. She did all those little monster type things.
Oh,
I have one up there.
I know who you're talking about. Hers are all free on her website. Cute little...
They're adorable.
But she was a cute little girl. She was like a cute little girl, college-age girl at the time.
Yeah. She must be in her early 20s or maybe...
Yeah.
Well, that was 10 years ago. She might be in her... starting to hit her 30s.
Yeah, she might have been a high schooler even.
She might have been.
She was young.
She was so cute. She did really cute little toys, and I loved them all. So, I have 2 of them up there, actually. Mint is a variation of that, and then the little other one over there. So. Oh, my turn still.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Where's my bag?
It should be down over there. I didn't do anything with your bag. So did you decide you were done with it? Was it in that owl bag?
Oh, here it is.
You just didn't put him away.
I didn't put them away. That's right. Well, this is new. At least I'm not boring. Usually I just don't put my hook away for my pattern. This time I left September out. September, so it's your turn. September and October. October will be the opposite of September. So, in mirror image type thing.
Yeah. Make sure. There we go. They are not tangled.
I only did a little bit on that because it was like, I'm sitting there like, okay, I have enough, but I haven't really done any toys, and I probably should work toys for the
Toy
along this week, and I was really kind of not wanting to work on anything this week.
It's kind of odd.
Yeah. So I mean, I did work on things, but and I was very crochet heavy.
Well, you've been crochet heavy the last few whatever. It's been a theme.
A thing.
I said a theme.
I kind of blame the Christmas in July fairies because they were all crocheters. Oh, not all of them, but most of them. You know.
You were already starting to make the transition, but I think it just pushed you a little bit more. I think you've also been watching Crystal more, and
I love Crystal. She's such a.
It just brings you back to your roots.
She is a sweetheart. If you guys haven't started watching Chronically Crocheting, Crystal's really sweet. She's just a doll. She does have chronic illness like Talia does, so be forewarned that sometimes she's tired. But for the most part, she's just an upbeat person. She is the sweetest person you ever want to meet.
Yes, she is.
Go ahead, sweetie. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Yes, well, that doesn't work because multiple times I have to restart and figure out where I'm at because somebody has a motor mouth.
You got a mug. So, in my... look, convenient distraction. In my Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival bag is a design in progress.
Can I see what it is? Or is this as far as... Oh, right.
This is the one that Elvis lives in.
I didn't work on that project. I wanted to, but I didn't feel like by the time
You haven't worked on this one. You don't have... You're talking about the Melissa blanket. This isn't the Melissa.
Oh, that's the other one.
Yeah.
The other one. I haven't started that one yet.
And for people who watched last time and I said the Melissa blanket was due to be released this coming month at the beginning, I was wrong. It's at the end of November. It's November 30th, not October 30th.
Your aunt's birthday?
Sure.
It is.
I'm a horrible niece and do not know that.
Okay, this one...
I'm assuming Lucia, since Aunt Carmen's birthday is around your wedding.
Yeah, the day after.
That's what I thought.
And Aunt Lucia's is November 30th. Okay, in my Cloverbird Mickey Mouse small medium bag is my Spoiled Bunny Stomp scarf from the Sarah Bell Scarf Pattern by Sarah Sweethearts. And I've gotten a lot of requests for this pattern, which is awesome because I think it should be all over the place. Okay, my Spoiled Bunny Stomp.
Well, and you can't find it anymore.
Nope. And it was a free pattern.
Yeah.
So here it is. My Spoiled Bunny Stomp. And those of you who watched know why it's called the Spoiled Bunny Stomp pattern. Move your glasses.
Oh, is that rabbit?
Move. You don't know what this is?
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you. You just have to wait then until...
No.
Nope, you have to wait. So this is the Spoiled Bunny Stomp. You guys know, shout loud enough, maybe she'll hear you, why this is called the Spoiled Bunny Stomp scarf.
You tore it out.
Wow. Slow
I'm
on the
really
uptake.
tired.
Slow on the uptake. Oh my gosh.
You tore it out and made it what it's supposed to be, what it was born to be. Oh.
I
love you.
I looked at it, and that jog in there, I couldn't figure out what I did. And I didn't want to take back and mess up the whole scarf. So
Can I see again?
So I took it out. I tinked it back and started this.
You see how nicely that's working out?
Well, I had no doubt that it would work out nicely.
Oh, I really love how that works up. See, I knew. Look how pretty that is.
It actually has a chance of getting finished now.
Well, it's because you have that fun, like, you get this fun pop of blue that's like, it's so cool.
So that's that. And this one should go pretty quickly. I'm actually using quite a big hook for this. I'm using an L hook, which this is a...
and if it ends up too long, you can
worsted.
always make it into a cowl that can be...
I probably will make this into a cowl.
Because then you can use every bit of the yarn.
Yeah. Well, I don't... This is about a Miss Babs size yarn.
Okay.
So we'll see how much... It can make a pretty long cowl. It might be a three wrap if I go all the way.
Right.
So, and that's fine because this is a really lightweight. It's coming out fairly lightweight for the... Because of the fact that I'm using such a big hook.
Mm-hmm.
But that's okay. I mean, people do wear them wrapped,
Right.
like that. Where is my... I guess it's this one here. So that's this. The Spoiled Bunny Stomp. And it's kind of Eastery, so...
Yeah.
The Spoiled Bunny Stomp. And I made it a little wider than I normally make it. I have... How many shells do I have on here? 3, 4, 5, 6... I have 8 shells on here, I think. So, yeah.
You see how perfect that is?
And this is an easily customizable pattern. You can make anything with it. So it's just, I love it. I wish I could get a hold of Sarah Sweethearts because I've told her before, but I'd like to tell her again how much I like that pattern.
Right.
But I can't find her.
Yeah.
So.
And that it'd be nice to tell her, hey, we get requests for this pattern frequently.
Yep.
Or semi-frequently. Yep. Since you started making
Working
a lot again.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, allergies. I'm going to work a couple more stitches so I don't lose my arm mat, because if you leave just one stitch on the needle, your D-pan falls out. And that's always unfortunate.
A series of unfortunate events.
Yesterday was a series of unfortunate events.
Yesterday was a series of blunders.
So, in my... This one.
What are you looking for?
Just making sure I haven't grabbed the ones that I wanted. I felt like I had one more back. Oh, because one of them is over here. That's why. Okay. I see. Let me move this one over here too, so that way I'm just putting it down on the floor. I know where it's at. Okay. Then I know that the designs are over here. Okay, so... Okay, Felicia. Shh. In my tortoise versus hare... Felicia, here, play with that. In my tortoise versus hare, Silvershed USA pack.
Okay. I'll be an adult for a while.
With our
Bertle.
PHM Vertle.
And that was made by Laura Smoot.
Yes, it was.
I have one of those too. Absolutely love
Oh, this I can't show this. This is design in progress. It's a cow. You saw this the other day.
Oh, right.
I was
right,
knitting
right,
on
right,
it during
Right. I didn't remember what you were doing on it. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
But I kept messing up
Mm-hmm.
and having to go back because I was at a point where I needed to pay attention to chart.
Okay.
Usually I can do charts and pay attention. I guess I must have been tired than I thought yesterday.
In my big bag here, my Universal Studios bag, is my Ninja Turtle baby blanket from the Ninja Turtle baby blanket pattern by Lisa Vanilla. Made a little bit of progress on this, just kind of, worked a little bit at a time here. So I'm working on the green section. When I finish this green, I can put the orange in and then another section of green and the stripes will be done. So I'm working, I've got the blue, which is Leo, the red, which is Raph, and the purple, which is Donnie. Mikey will be the orange, and then I can maybe put the eyes on. I think I probably will put the eyes on. We'll see how I feel, because I kind of want to get this done. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Ninja Turtles, Leo is Leonardo, Raph is Raphael, Donnie is Donatello, and Mikey is Michelangelo.
Yes, so they are named after Italian painters.
Italian painters, because Splinter the Rat is a cultured rat. So, okay.
Well, if you go by the one show, he's a man at one time, which makes a little bit more sense for him to be his culture.
Well, if you go as a rat, he found a book
that
had the artists in there. So, in any event, this is moving along. I'm hoping to get it finished in the next, near future. We'll see. It's not, in any rush, because I would probably go to the pregnancy center or something, so I'm not really in a rush. We'll see what happens. And this is all Bravo Sport yarn.
Yeah, because I think it wasn't meant to be a baby blanket. I think the pattern was actually for a full-fledged blanket, and you went down.
I went down to Sport yarn.
To Sport yarn, so your baby blanket, because you had no idea what you would do with a full-fledged Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle blanket. Because you don't have kids at home, young kids at home anymore. No. So it'd be very nice for a boy's bed.
I'm doing little girls now too, like the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
It'd been nice if we could put April and Splinter in there, but it would have been huge.
And also, I guess April's color was always purple. Did she always wear purple?
Orange.
That's right.
Yellow. Her
yellow.
Her jumpsuit was yellow.
Her jumpsuit was yellow. You're right. It was yellow.
Yeah.
She always wore yellow, and I guess Splinter would be
brown. Yeah.
Well, he was a black rat.
No, he was brown.
Yeah,
he was brown. I don't want to edge it with brown, because I think it will make it too dull for a child's blanket.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to do it with green.
Yeah, if you'd wanted to, you could have edged it in the yellow.
That's true.
For April.
I don't think I have any yellow, but in Sport, but we'll see.
Because it's that bright canary yellow that she wears.
Yeah.
At least in the original.
Maybe I'll take some of that skein that you let me borrow for what is it I'm working with that you let me have the yellow.
I have more of it too. It's for your Cyrano.
For my Cyrano. I might use that, because I'm just using a little, and then for that it won't be maybe 1 or 2 times around and I'll be done with it. Because it's just the edging. And it's not going to be anything fancy, it's just going to be edging. And if I have to buy another one for you, I will. It's not a problem. Okay.
Well, I wasn't doing anything with it anyway, because honestly, I picked it up for a little shrug for Davina, but I think it was a drops pattern, and historically, I haven't been thrilled with the way drops patterns are written.
No, I haven't either. I did one pattern that I found on drops, and I didn't like the way it worked out. I found it hard to follow, and it was a crochet pattern. I don't know.
I think they try to make the best use of their space, and they compress everything, so it can be a little bit overwhelming to find where you're at in the pattern.
And having said that, the caveat being that it's been years since I've done a drops pattern.
Right, same here.
So it may not
because
be.
I actually avoid them, because I don't like what I've had in the past.
And they have beautiful offerings.
Oh, I fall in love with what they have, and so I want to work it, and then I look at their pattern. If I see it's drops, I can go, oh.
Yeah, but they may have improved, because we've been staying away. We haven't been to drops in at least 5 years.
Right, and I don't tend to do a lot of patterns that aren't my own. So, in my Silver Shed USA, just bunch of knit things bag. Knitting is my superpower. OKD, obsessive knitting disorder. All this, and I knit 2. Knitter, knowing, noble, industrious, therapeutic, tactile, inventive, nimble, gratifying. Knitting, Peace, love, knit. When I learned how to knit, I forgot how to cook.
Because they use the same part of the brain, right?
Life is short, knit fast. Knit happens. Keep calm and carry yarn.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Happiness is homemade. And then probably my favorite, if I knit fast enough, does it count as aerobics?
Yes.
So this has a design in progress in here.
Very cool. Okay. Let's see. My next one is in my Kikiboo Christmas owl bag. This one. A lot of owls this time around.
You don't have any but
No, I don't. I need more owls. This is my Rusty Preemie Hat Pattern. I did make a little bit of progress on this. Sometimes I'll go through these and I'll just make them boom, 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 boom. But right now, it's not what I'm wanting to do, so I'm doing it a little at a time. So let me see here. And Laura Concert gave me this loom. She gave me a lot of looms, and I use them, and I'm very appreciative of that. Between her and Talia, I think I have every loom on the face of the planet. But this is it. So, okay, stop. You must stop. That is a reference. That's why I said it, because it's a reference. I wasn't trying to be mean. There we go.
She was doing that too.
No, I'm not a mean person. That takes care of that.
Okay. In my Silver Shed USA ornaments bag that Brittany gave me, I only use this bag when I'm working in ornaments.
And Brittany is B-Wing.
B-Wing, yes.
Yeah.
I kept saying podcast after podcast I need to get a bag for my ornaments like I have for my Christmas stockings that would just be ornaments. And she gifted this to me.
Wasn't that nice of her?
It was so sweet. I tore out the design I had in here because part of why I wasn't working on it is I didn't love the design.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, you know what? I'm obviously avoiding this design.
Mm-hmm.
So I ripped it out, rewrote it, started it again, looked at that, I'm like, ripped that out, rewrote it, and now I've got it, a new one going in here. So this is a design in progress.
Yay.
A Christmas ornament design.
Yay for designs in progress.
So
Okay, in my
I
large
started a couple new designs this week.
Ploverbird teacups on a red bag with polka dot top and handle, because it makes me giggle, is my Walk in the Woods stole project from the Cerebell pattern by Sarah Sweetheart.
Yeah, it's not like you even have that many red bags. You could have even just said red teacups bag. I think that's like your only fully red bag.
It's not even red, really.
It's a dark red. It's like
Yep.
a brick red.
Yep.
That's red.
So this is, there's the top of it. So I'm working it across like this. This is a stole.
And it's another Cerebell.
The Cerebell. I love the way this is working out. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I didn't realize how pretty it is. It's, and I can't really show you. I think it's going to go this way. So it's a pretty good size. I'll have to show you when it gets a little bit bigger how wide it is. But I just love this. The yarn is something I got at Shenandoah Valley Fiber Festival a long time ago. And it was an $80 yarn skein, like 60% off or something like that. Mm-hmm. And it's almost 900 yards. It's of a worsted. Mm-hmm. So it was a really, really good deal. I'm not sure why she couldn't sell it. I'm like, yes, please, I'll take that. I wouldn't have bought it regular price because I couldn't afford it.
Maybe she had it on regular price, no one was buying it at regular price, and that's why it was still there.
It could be.
And then she brought it down to try to get a sale, and you were the first person to catch.
This is after all of this. But this thing is ginormous. I can't find the actual. It's Spinway yarn, Spinaway Farms yarn, giant skein, 840 yards. And I think the colorway is Bryce Wonders. That's the only thing I can find on there. Mm-hmm. But isn't that just, it reminds me of a walk in the woods. So that's why I'm calling it that. And this might be going to a family member, but I don't want to say who because they might watch. So that takes care of that.
Okay, let me finish the last stitch on this needle.
My L hook.
In my, how many do you have left?
3.
I do too. Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure that I was counting right. Continuing in the Christmas theme, in my Silver Shed USA Peanuts Christmas bag, which only carries Christmas stockings in it. Once I run through every one that I know and love having Christmas stockings that are hand knit, then I will start making them for my shop.
Yeah, people seem to like them, so.
Mm-hmm. So, I have started the heel. So I finished the toe, made videos for the Patreon tutorials for finishing that up. Did the tutorial video for adding that, just need to edit for both of those, and those will show up eventually on Patreon. But Grandma's stocking is well on its way to being finished in time for Christmas.
Yay.
So I will send it, honestly, as soon as it's blocked and done, because I want them to have it in time for Christmas.
Right. Just say don't open until, the first day of Advent or something.
Right, because I want them to have the ability to display it,
Yep.
just in case they'll feel like they need to take it down.
Yep.
And I want them to be able to enjoy their Christmas presents before they feel like taking them down. And for those of you who are newish, Grandpa's stocking is the same design. This is Lovebird's pattern. I designed specifically for their Christmas stockings, where it's green on Grandma's pattern, and this is a Mad Tosh green. I have the red here, which is Dragonfly, and that's Airport Hot Sauce. And then in Grandpa's pattern, where I have Airport Hot Sauce here, it's green. So they just switch. Because green is Grandma's color.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be sending that off as soon as I finish this and block it. I might even reblock Grandpa's just so that way, because it's been sitting folded for heavens a long time. So it could probably do with a blocking.
Okay. Let's see here. This is in my Knitting's My Bag Monet bag. And it's my Comfy Cozy Shawl from the Scrap Shawl pattern by Anastasia Sattel. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza in the slate colorway. And I didn't get too far on this. Let me find it here. There it is. So I just started it. I really like this color. And this is the one I was telling you about that I bought some more because it finally showed up. So it's gray. It's slate gray, but it's got this very kind of a undertone of a purple maybe, or lilac, or whatever that is. And it's really, really pretty. And I've just barely started this pattern. And this is my third one after the first one I made years ago. I had the one I gave to Crystal, the one that I'm working on for Talia, and now this one. This is my fourth one. I really like this pattern.
And is this one for you?
Yes.
Good, because the only one you have is the one that you made. They said it's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, and this is the yarn I made my other one out of is an Aran weight. This is Miss Babs, so it's a DK, and I'm also using a bigger hook.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it's still heavier than Crystal's.
Right.
But it's not as heavy as yours.
Right.
Because I think I'm using a bigger hook on this one than I am on yours. I'll have to check and see. It might be the same as yours, but at least it's not as heavy as the other one. So that takes care of that. And I have some ideas that I might do some modifications on that when the yarn I ordered comes in. We'll see what happens. Because I can always take back with this. I'm not worried. I'm not afraid of pulling back with crochet.
Right.
I can fix it. So that takes care of that.
All right, let me finish these last 2 stitches on this needle. All right, there we go. So, in my... She wouldn't get that way about it. She'd think I was giving her something to play with. She doesn't throw temper tantrums. She is invariably sweet.
She is.
So, in my knockoff bag that has a Terran's lining is my that's what I call her, Luz, which is the Cyrano
Luz, yeah.
pattern designed by me. And for people who are not aware, I use my Cyranos to line the top of my
The curtain rods.
curtain rod.
I'm going to write that down for you
Curtain rod.
because you can't seem to remember that word.
Nope.
Words.
And because that's one part that my blackout curtains don't cover. Well, actually, I have one blackout curtain for each window, so it doesn't cover. So, but she's not quite long enough. Like, the Cyrano pattern's not quite long enough to cover the full. So I have 2 of them.
But you could make it long enough.
I could, but I choose not to.
So you should say that.
Well, the Cyrano pattern isn't long enough.
You should say that. Because it could be, because you keep telling me all I have to do is modify if I want to make it longer. Full disclosure and transparency. I'll poke him in his little eyeballs.
She.
What's her name? Luz.
Luz. Yeah. So, yeah, she got some work.
Is that the year, that year's?
Yeah, that year's Miss Babs. And I used an E-hook. She's not working up as quickly as possibly she could, simply because I used an E-hook in Miss Babs, and my crochet stitches are super small.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm tired, if you were sitting here, you'd probably think I'd worked this in fingering weight yarn, because my stitches are really, really teeny. So, and you can't really tell looking at this.
Very cool.
I'm just a very tight crocheter.
Okay, in that line of that, in my Tootsie Pop, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop owl bag, Silver Shed USA, is my Stephanie, a.k.a. Steph the Bookworm project.
Yeah, Mom actually started hers first.
Yeah, I did. I'm just not working on it very quickly. The
bookworm is all I've been wanting to work on, it seems.
I've got the glasses started. Part of the reason I didn't get further on this is because I was sitting in the waiting room doing this at PT for Talia, and Davina was with me this time because Davina goes with me every other week because my husband works every other week with COVID. So
he doesn't work with COVID, but you know.
The week that he's home, she stays home with him. So we're sitting there and I'm trying to do this and she's yammering at me, and I had to think back I don't know how many times. So I just finally said, okay, I'll get the glasses finished. And I had to remember to trust the pattern because I kept saying, why is it coming out this way?
Well, I had forgotten, and I wrote the pattern.
So I just put it back. And this is the yellow I'm talking about that I'm probably going to put around the blanket.
Mm-hmm. For April's jumpsuit.
Yeah. So this is how far I've gotten on Steph, the bookworm. And I'm hoping that I'll have, more progress later on. Mm-hmm. But, in the next week. But we'll see. Things pop up. Like my husband's wanting to change the flooring in our kitchen because when we got the house, it was linoleum. And for some reason, I think we have one of those heat mops. Mm-hmm. And part of the linoleum is starting to come up. And we're afraid that it might damage the flooring beneath. Mm. So we're going to have to do something with that. And if that happens, I won't be able to get in there to do my dyeing and stuff, so I might be able to do more of this. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know when that's going to happen. We'll see. Because the person who comes in has to know that they have to wear the mask all the time. Mm-hmm. They have to finish it in a timely manner. Because we've had a horrible, horrible experience with a lot of our contractors.
Well, how long did it take them to finish my ceiling?
Yeah, that we're not going to go into that. But almost as long as it took to finish the bathroom downstairs. So, yeah.
I feel like it took longer than that.
The roofer was really good. The window guys were fabulous.
Oh, yes.
The window guys came in early in the morning and were done with every single window in this house. We have a big house. We have a ton of windows. And they finished it by about 8 o'clock at night, I think. It was done. They did everything. Perfect. So I don't know why people can't just do what they're supposed to do, okay?
And it's not just us being, unreasonable. There are actual communication issues where one of the contractors got so mad at the organizer they threw his phone out or something.
Yeah. He refused to work with them anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just,
So it wasn't just we were being unreasonable. The workers were frustrated with
the workers them. We had the one guy who did that, and then we had the plumber who said, I'm sorry, we're not going to come out anymore because we can't work with this guy anymore. He did tell me, he left me the phone number. If I had a question, I could call him, which I did, because I didn't trust the people who were there. So I called him, and he didn't charge me. He said, no, that's okay. This is why. This is okay. And I said, I apologize. He said, no. He said, it's okay. We get this all the time from his customers. Mm. So it's just a little frustrated with contractors. So if you guys want to say a little prayer that we find someone who actually knows what they're doing and does it on time, that would be great. Okay.
Maybe you can get my yarn for the Davina stocking dyed before they do the floor.
I will try. Okay, I will try. I do have to get my Christmas yarn started.
I know.
And that will be during that time because I have to do that colorway anyway. So I can do that. She's been pestering me about that.
Mostly because now I'm afraid that the...
Well, I don't think it's going to be in the next week or so. or anything. So
Okay. I'm getting close to the end of my stocking here.
Right, and that shouldn't be a problem. I just have to. My priority is the kit, and I will talk about that during shop news.
Although not a lot of detail.
No, I can't give you a lot of detail because, like I said, the yarns in it will probably be unavailable for 6 months to a year.
We are really excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, moving along. Your turn.
So, hold on, let me do this decrease, and then move my stitch marker, and then knit one. Okay. My final tag. Thank you.
Do you need the puzzle pieces one?
No. I threw that over there when I was done with it.
She throws things.
Always have.
She breaks things. Everything she touches.
In my Rosary tote is, well, I mentioned that I needed Ceranos to cover the top of my,
curtain rods.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So.
Wow, just wow.
I pulled some yarn that had been just sitting there that I had no idea what I was going to do with it. It's, because apparently Sereno is just what I want to work. I've actually made quite a bit of progress on the skein. It was a full skein.
Mm-hmm.
This is some older Lady Fernico Creations yarn.
Yeah, you don't even have a tag.
No, I don't think you had tags at that point. That's how early. This is
fall
fall 2016.
Yeah, that was early. That's when I started dyeing yarn. I didn't even have my shop yet.
Yeah, I think this is probably Kool-Aid.
It probably is. Or food dyes. Something.
Yeah, so it says base worsted, date fall 2016, color Talia red and yellow oops. And it's 220 yards for 100 grams. 100% superwash merino. Now, it doesn't feel, it's a rough yarn.
It's a workhorse yarn.
But you don't notice as you keep going. And, I mean, who knows, because this is Kool-Aid, it might have also, I don't know if you had to heat it up for Kool-Aid or not.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it got a little bit...
Be careful if you have to wash that, because
it's a toy, I'm not going to have to wash it.
The thing about Kool-Aid, they say you don't have to put citric acid in it, but as I got further along, I realized that, yeah, it sticks, but it was still better if I put some citric acid in it, or vinegar or something.
So I got quite a bit of progress on him. Right now his name's Milo.
So cute.
And I'm a little bit farther on him because, although I'm just a little bit behind on Luz, it's just that she's so small and her stitches are so small you can't tell. They're both at the point where you're supposed to stuff as you go. And he's kind of addictive because I'll tell myself, oh, just one more red, just one more yellow. And then he builds.
He's got a fiery temperament.
I'm not terribly pleased with the color I chose for the glasses. I wish I'd chosen something that stood out a little bit more.
I think it's good because it's a completely opposite color. I mean, maybe a green would have worked as well.
I almost wish I had just gone with black.
Yeah.
Because that was what I originally wanted to do.
But then you have to do something with the pupils.
Oh, no, not really.
Yeah.
It doesn't ever match his pupils.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't ever come against his pupils. But, so I had thought about that. But I'm very happy with how he's turning out. He'll probably be done first, to be quite honest with you. And I've already picked out the yarn for my last one because I need 2 per window. And this was another yarn I have no idea what I was going to do with.
Right.
This is Countess of Blaze. And it's another one that's a little bit rough.
Is that you say you can make another Sereno out of that one?
Mm-hmm. So I can have...
I love her colors, but this is rough. It's very much a workhorse yarn.
And it's a superwash.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like it, but it is.
But Cheviot wool, whatever that is, versus superwash.
Yeah.
Versus merino.
Merino, yeah. Yeah. Cheviot, Calvary.
And it is Aran weight.
Yeah. This is going to be a bigger one.
It'll be bigger, yeah.
Yep. So you've got 330 yards. No, 330 meters to work with, so.
And she'll have gray glasses, or he'll have gray. I'm not sure if it's a he or she. I'll find out as I'm making them. But gray glasses for this one because there's so many colors in this. I couldn't find one that wasn't in there.
Black would be better than gray.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, I might go with black then.
Unless it's a very dark gray because.
Well, here's the gray. Hold on. You think the black will be better still?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Because that's got a purple base to it.
I guess you're right.
But you'll get an idea when you do it. So.
So.
Why don't you show them?
Well, I have it against here.
Yeah.
So. Either gray or black. So I also thought of white. But I didn't like the idea of white because
you got the whites of the eyes are right there.
Yeah, that's why my concern was the whites. Yeah, it's right there. Versus the black, at least the pupil's only one little section.
If that had been a solid, like a deep charcoal or something, maybe that would work. But I think the black will be better.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, so it'll
We'll
be
see.
either black or gray glasses. We'll see.
Yep.
But yeah, I do wish that for Milo I had done a different color, but he likes his glasses that blend into his face. Maybe he doesn't want everyone to see his glasses.
I don't think it blends into his face. It may not pop out as much as you want, but it's hard to have anything blend with, to A, blend, or B, really pop with that. That's just a bright yarn.
Yeah. So, and I had no idea what I was going to do with this yarn otherwise. So, even at the time when I got it, I was like, oh, this is great. I literally have no idea what I'm going to do with this. So,
Challenge.
It has finally revealed itself.
Okay.
After, years.
And years and years. Okay. What are we looking at here?
Your last project.
I did my last project. Oh, no, I didn't.
You should have your, Sarah. No, you didn't show you did show your Sarah.
In my, I skipped this, is what I did. In my Silver Shed USA Foon in the Woman Cave bag, it's our 5-year anniversary bag, is my At the Bottom of the Hill project. I only did a little on this. It's one of the few knitting projects I did this time, aside from ripping things out.
Oops, it's funny.
So this is getting close to being done. And I might keep this, we'll see.
You'll worry about it then.
Because I don't feel like blocking it.
You can't block it really, it's acrylic.
Well, you can, but you have to
It's
steam
harder.
block it.
I actually have a small iron that I got specifically for steam blocking.
And I might borrow that from you, but we'll see. So this is,
And I've had it for years.
this is kind of a rough draft for a design I want to make. And I like it in the bulky weight.
Well, it's like when I originally designed the Duke and I made the mistake of doing it in an acrylic. I did it in Knit Picks Brava, and that was a horrible mistake because it curled like crazy.
Yeah, and that's what this is doing. It's curling. And I didn't think it would.
I didn't
but
think the Duke would either.
That's just the way it is. So this might just...
The way it is, babe.
I have this much yarn left. So I'm just going to keep going till I'll ask Taya to help me guesstimate. I think I might be able to get maybe a couple more of this size row here maybe. I'm not sure. And this brown row, I might be able to get a couple of those, or at least the lighter row. And then I can just bind off, and maybe then I'll sew it together, seam it together. Because it'll make a nice size cowl.
Yeah, because it's not going to make a scarf.
Well, it'd be a short scarf, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be stretchy enough that I could, do it twice, and then it'd be kind of short, but it'd be...
Well, you still have a fair amount of yarn left.
I do. And the stitches are fairly good size because it's bulky weight. It's actually a chunky weight. And this could definitely be a one skein project. So when I'm keeping on with this so I can see how long it will be. So when I do the next one, if I do it in James C. Brett, I can say this is a one skein project.
Right.
So...
But you'll have to edge it with something you do in James C. Brett.
Well, I have a different idea for the for the actual pattern that I'll do to see, how I can maybe keep it from curling. I think if you do, certain garter type things. And
There's multiple ways.
There's multiple ways of keeping it from, and I'll do a little research before I do that. By research, I mean I'll talk to Talia.
I figured that's what research meant.
I have done research on my own, but it's easier to just brainstorm that way. So it's more fun too. Okay, so that takes care of that.
So that's it for me. Do you have anything for graphic novel?
Well, I have some things that I pulled out.
Okay.
Let's see here. You saw my Colorful Birds wrap became the Spoiled Bunny Stomp cowl or scarf, whatever I called it. And I pulled out its Elementary My Dear Watson from the Pearl Soho Elementary wrap pattern. I will go back to that. But I think I tried to fix something, and it just...
Why didn't you...
I think that whatever it was... I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't want to do it anymore, I think. Maybe, and the fact that it was something that had to be fixed, it's like, okay, I just don't want to do it anymore. And
like, why didn't you call me?
I don't know what the reason was. I'm too tired to think that far back. And honestly, I think it was one of those things where I liked the pattern and everything, but...
You weren't into it then.
I just didn't want to do it at that point. I have to get better at marking my pattern because I lose track of where I am, and then things go backwards and I can't fix it. So I need to either A, learn how to fix it, or B, be more vigilant about.
And C, learn to read your knitting.
I've tried.
Well, honestly, the fixing it goes hand in hand with learning to read your knitting. Once you're able to read your knitting, you're able to fix it.
And I can read my knitting in certain things, but getting back to fix it is where the issue is.
It all starts with learning to read your knitting. Once you're able to read your knitting, then you're able to learn how to fix it. It kind of goes hand in hand.
The thing is, the colors I like sometimes make it difficult for me to read the knitting because it's so dark.
Well, even if you have to have like a light shining on it.
Yeah. So I pulled out those two because I didn't want to. And you guys are going to see probably at the first of the year, I'm probably going to pull out a lot of stuff because I've got a lot of bags that are full of things that I don't.
Yeah, I know. I have the same issue.
So when Ready Set Go starts up again,
there'll be a lot of things that'll go.
Okay, so moving on. I don't have any graphic novel. Do you have any beads and string?
Yes, I do. Let me finish this last stitch and mark off my row.
Oh, we skipped royalties. Was that after?
Royalties after.
Okay.
Let's see, was that on it? Did I? Yes, I did decrease there. Okay. Yes, I did that. And yes, I did that. Okay. Sorry, reading my knitting. Okay. So, come here. Let me grab actually my royalties too while I'm at it. Bring them over where I can get to them.
You trying to fall off the couch?
I won't fall off the couch. Okay, so works in progress and a photo type stuff for this. So the first work in progress, I had started in between my last I had a fairly large Christmas order go out, and then I just wanted to make things that I wanted to make for it. I was actually kind of surprised I wanted to make rosaries again right away, but I did. I would have thought that all I would want to do knit is, since I spent so much time making rosaries, but it was almost like I'd have a break and be like, oh, I'll just add a couple of decades on. So this is the priest rosary that I've been wanting to start. I wanted to play with the hematite again.
That's really pretty.
And the reason it's a black string is a lot, at least in the Catholic Church, I'm pretty sure most of the non-Catholic Christian churches, their pastors wear black as well. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know a whole lot about them.
Because I know at least in the old movies, they used to also have, but it was instead of like a little collar, they would have like the full white. Well, but that's the old movies.
I think more the major, what I quote unquote major denominations do still wear that. I don't know. Maybe some of our viewers can tell us.
Yeah, I honestly don't know, guys. Is that so?
I think the smaller denominations, maybe they don't do so much, but I'm not sure. I'm not very well versed in that.
No, I'm not. I mean, most of my knowledge of that kind of thing comes from old movies. I guess sometimes when you're seeing like those, like something from Pure Flix or something like that, a lot of times they show a preacher, he's not in any sort of distinguishable thing. So maybe it's not a thing anymore. Maybe that was more of an old time thing.
I don't know.
Anyway, Catholic priests wear black.
Or blue. Sometimes they wear blue.
I've never seen one wearing blue.
I see them when I look through the catalogs to buy Catholic stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
For some reason that cracks me up that they can find their stuff in a catalog. I don't know why that
Well, they have to buy
me
it
up.
somewhere.
I know. It's not like it just appears. It's like you get ordained and magically you are enrobed. It doesn't work that way. Yeah. But it seems like it should. No. It's not like their moms are sitting there like making them for them anymore, I don't think.
Some of them probably do. But
I think in the old country, you might have seen that more, like in Ireland or something in the old days. I could imagine like some older Irish ladies, like in their sewing circle or whatever, making vestments or whatever for their.
Well, a lot of times the nuns do that. The pious disciples.
You're right. The nuns do that.
The pious disciples do that for our priests.
Nuns do. Anyway.
Do.
That's horrible.
You're not very nice.
I'm tired. Okay, but it does have for the centerpiece, it's a I forget what they call it. It's not a hematite. It's a it's a dark colored. I used to know the word, but I can't right now. I can't word. Or as Laura used to say, I can't English.
No.
It has a chalice and a host as a centerpiece in a dark color to match the crucifix and the beads and the string, just to make it particularly priestly. So if someone wants to, if A, someone just really likes black, or B, if someone wants to get their priest, family member, friend, or
seminarian, or whatever. And just because it says priest rosary doesn't mean it has to be a priest.
No, and I'll make sure to put that on there. But I call it priest rosary because that was the thought process. So it was nice to get the hematite again, because it's been a little while. Not since I made the Journey rosary, the one with the elongated ones. Then I had made a hold on, let me show a couple of other things before I show the other ones. So on the vein of doing things that I just kind of wanted to do, when I had ordered St. Therese medals in the first batch or so to make St. Therese chaplets, I thought I was reaching for my St. Therese medal, and they had accidentally slipped a St. Christopher medal in there. And he's traditionally seen as the patron saint of travelers.
One of them.
So I went ahead, and I happen to have a crucifix with St. Christopher on it, like in the back of it. So I snagged that. He's not on the cross or whatever. It's just like he's pictured in the back. Sometimes you'll have a picture.
It's like a medal on the crucifix.
Yeah. And then it has a medal of St. Christopher on the end. So I decided to go ahead and take advantage of a mistake on the seller's part and make a St. Christopher chaplain. That'll go in the shop. No reason to get annoyed. Make lemonade out of lemons. Although it wasn't really a lemon, but you know. Then I'm trying to get my Christmas gifts done because that's where I'm at right now. Purchasing them is a little bit more difficult, so I'll make them. And I just have this stuff on hand anyway. So I was going to do this with a red cord, but I talked to Mom and she said Dad would probably prefer a silver one. I thought so as well as once I thought about it. So this is Dad's St. Michael rosary, because St. Michael's his patron saint. So St. Michael on the centerpiece, the Archangel Michael slaying a devil, and it has the St. Benedict's crucifix on the center, which all it is a normal crucifix with the St. Benedict medal embedded into it. So that's that part, and I think I call that the Defenders. I'm sorry, Spiritual Warfare rosary, because I can make more of those for the shop. Okay, I had showed you last week the mental health rosary, and that went up in the shop. Saint Dymphna is Davina's birth saint. Saint Dymphna's feast day is May 15th, which is Davina's birthday, and since she is also the patron saint of mental illness, and also in some places you'll see her down as patron saint of autism as well.
So she's a patron saint for Davina.
Yes, she's a patron saint always for Davina. So I gave Davina a choice of having her rosary made the way as the one is in the shop, or she could have bright multicolored beads with bright multicolored string and a gold crucifix.
And those of you who know Davina know exactly what she chose.
Guys, this is like the heaviest rosary ever. It is such a nice weight in the hand.
Patty, here's a weapon.
This is truly like a weapon.
The beads are slightly bigger.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's heavy.
It's very heavy. Like, I don't know. It makes my arm tired holding it up. It's almost like a guy's rosary.
Almost. And Davina's a tiny thing.
Yes, she is. But
funny.
she will absolutely love it.
She will love it. She will use it.
It's all the blingage. And it was actually really fun to make, to be quite honest with you. And the string isn't as obnoxious as I thought it would be with the beads.
No.
Because the string is actually more muted than the beads are.
Yes.
I have gold Our Father beads, but you can't tell because everything else is all shiny.
It reminds me of a circus or cotton candy or a fair. You know, the, I lost the word, but it reminds me of that kind of a thing.
And if you can't tell on the screen, Davina's beads, they kind of change different colors.
They're
in light.
iridescent.
They're iridescent, so it can be orange or green or blue or pink, depending on the way you shift it in the light. Purple. So
Got rainbows in it.
yeah, it's a rainbow. So this is hers. If someone really wants it this way, they can have it made this way. But I don't know that...
There's no judgment going on.
No. I don't know that I would get many people wanting it this way. Although, like I said, it's a really nice heavy rosary.
It's a fun rosary.
Yes, it is. And
It would distract me from praying, but...
well, I could see, like, you're not feeling well, the
Yes.
weight of this.
Yes.
Like, just hold... You know how people... We were talking about this before for sensory issues, where having something heavy, and, like, just honestly, the weight of this in my hand is really comforting. I might have to get more beads of this weight.
I like that
even
weight.
if it's not this color, because this is actually stainless steel as well, even though you can't tell by the color. Because I really love the weight. It's really comforting. Which also kind of works for mental health rosary.
Right. Excuse me, guys.
So there you go. This is Davina's. I had to take pictures of these so I can do custom, like people can order custom in the shop. Okay, now we're on the home stretch, guys.
Yeah, this is kind of long.
It is.
But that's not unusual.
Not unusual to be.
Oh, it's so sad that I can... Oh. Wow.
Okay, where's Cousin Karen's rosary?
Stop invading my thoughts.
I know Cousin Karen's rosary is here somewhere. I could have sworn I brought it with me.
What color is it?
It's
Red?
and it's in its own big bag. I think it got buried.
In its own big project bag?
Its own big plastic bag.
Oh.
Because it's a bag within a bag.
You check the book?
It's in the... I didn't think I put it back in here. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, thank you. Because it's in the bag that says it needs to have the ends trimmed.
And she wanted the bright red, right?
She basically was like, what's the brightest red you had? And she picked that.
This is a family member.
Yes. So I had made this rosary for me. Has Jesus, Master, Way, Truth, and Life in the center. And it has a beautiful Trinitarian cross. I'd shown you this last time.
That's the one you redid, right? Is that the one you redid?
No, this is a new one.
Okay.
The one I redid was my own, Behold the Man.
Right,
I had
right.
replaced the string because it was an early rosary. It was probably one of my earliest.
Not because the string broke, but because she
No,
wanted...
I just wanted to change the spacing of
Her rosaries are very sturdy.
Yeah, no, my rosaries are very sturdy. It's just I wanted to change the spacing for the
I didn't bring my water with me.
for the beads and stuff, because as you use it, the beads do tend to make the spacing a little bit more.
Well, it stretches a little bit.
It stretches a little bit. So I'm trying to make it now so that the knots are really snug on the beads. If you have ordered rosaries from me in the past and you're finding you don't like the way that your beads are getting a little bit farther away from your knots, let me know. I can replace the string and make it really tight again. And all you'd have to do is pay for shipping. But I had replaced the string on mine, and as you can see, I actually still didn't make it quite as close as I needed to because it's already starting to spread out a little bit again. But I can always fix mine again later if I want to. But I actually haven't had that issue with this one at all. I did it a lot closer with this one. I was starting to get a little wise because I have used this one. So I'm just making them now more like this. But after I posted that I made that, I had several people want one. I had 3 people order it. Whoopsie.
A couple were from our Pauline family.
And then one was an actual
relative.
Yeah, a blood relative. So the family member ordered it, the rosary with red, which is almost how I made it originally. So here's hers. And I did the same thing where I just put it really snug up against the beads because it works out better, in my opinion.
I think I'd love it like it better with the really dark red, the almost maroon.
Right, the one that Marlene tends to like.
Yeah.
That I actually pick up more strings, so I have that available for her.
That's really pretty.
And then one of the guys that is a Pauline like us, he wanted it with brown, this really gorgeous dark chocolate brown. So I'm almost done with his. And then 2 people want it in the yellow. One's a priest, he wants it in the yellow. And then another fellow, a Pauline priest. And then another fellow Pauline, but a lady versus the gentleman here. They both wanted the yellow matching wine. So, the Karen's goes in here, Tony's over there. So, yeah. And then the final thing I have to show, I almost forgot about, because it was hidden underneath my Behold the
cool.
Man. My St. Paul.
Oh, right.
I made myself a St. Paul chaplet as well. Because I was making a bunch of these for an order, and I was like, oh, I want to make one for me. And I chose orange for the cord. Because I don't tend to use a lot of this really bright orange, because...
It's bright.
It's bright.
Not everybody likes it.
No, exactly. So...
It can be ordered if you want it.
Yes, it can. I have a ton of it. But... Yes. So that was a bunch of beads and string, but you'd think I'd be tired of beads and string after all the beads and string I've had to make, but
It's kind of meditative.
It is kind of meditative, and also, because I can pray while I'm doing it, but also, it was refreshing to be able to pick my own things for a little bit.
Okay, you done with that?
I am.
All right, so what are we on now?
It should be stash enhancement.
Okay, let me just clip this off and I just want to make sure I've...
Well, I'll show the 2 teas that are, that I purchased on my own.
Okay. I'll give me a chance to get this started so I know where I'm at.
This other one's in a bag because I managed to split the bag.
All over the floor.
All over the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Because the previous one was hard to open, so I thought the other one would be too, and it wasn't. I actually had to cut the top off of this one because I couldn't get this one to open. So this is Taylor's and Harrogate Yorkshire Gold. Oh, this is just as good as I remembered it being. And it's a loose leaf version. Because I didn't have a loose leaf version. I only had bags. I don't really like to have bag teas that much.
I like to have bag teas to carry in my purse.
Right, and I have that if I want to take some Taylor's or Harrogate with me for some reason. But, yeah, I got some of that. And it's actually really expensive. You get 8.8 ounces, and you end up paying like $1 or a little over $1 an ounce.
Yeah, that's really good.
And so it's a really good price. Now, it's probably not as good quality tea as Andy's, and also...
But it is good.
It is very good. And also, I stepped it back a little bit. It's a very good tea. It also doesn't have anything else added in. It is purely a black tea. So this one has several different kinds of black tea in it. But it is a black tea. And I love it. This one here is Yorkshire Red. And
That's the one that threw a temper tantrum all over the floor.
Thankfully, this was even less expensive than the Yorkshire Gold.
Oh, was it?
Because the Yorkshire Gold is a blend of 3 leaf origins from 10 tea gardens in the world. So that one's slightly more expensive. This was one was a little bit over $1 per ounce. This one was almost exactly $1 per ounce, or a little bit less than $1 per ounce. And this is just plain black tea, plain black Yorkshire tea. And on the front it says, "Let's have a proper brew."
That was actually a good tea.
Oh, you tried you tried both of them. This one I had for the live stream.
Yeah.
This one I had the day I let you walk in, or you walked in and I let you try it.
I don't remember.
I know you liked this one.
Okay. All right.
I can't remember if you tried. I think you liked this one.
I don't know. I liked one of them.
I know you liked this one. This one, I'd like to try it with cream at some point. Just because that's what a proper brew is. According to Kay, a proper brew is...
Well, she would know.
Yeah.
And whenever we went to the little cafe, we went to...
Maybe with almond milk for me.
Whenever we went to the little church or we go to the cafe in Walsingham, we'd get our tea and they'd bring it to you already, sometimes with the cream in it. And it was really good. It was just about... I don't know how much they put in like a...
It's no... I want to say it's a third... It's a large amount.
It's a large amount. It's pretty good.
Because... And Kay pours hers in. She said some people do it first, but she pours it in after. That wasn't meant to be like a snotty thing. I
love her accent.
Yeah,
she's so cute.
She pours it in after, and then she will sugar it.
Yeah, I love listening to Kay, and not because she's boring, but she relaxes me.
Well, if I'm overstimulated, I might want to brew a proper cup of tea
and listen to Kay. We have to listen to Kay. Can't listen to Dan if you wanted to relax because.
He's energy.
He's like like multiple voltage. I listen to him when I need someone to perk me up. He's fantastic for
But
that.
he's also not too high level perk.
No. He's encouraging.
Yes, he
Dan
is.
is very
He's upbeat.
very upbeat, very encouraging, and I love listening together. And I love listening to them because they balance each other out. And I love listening to Dan when I need a little bit of a pickup, and I love listening to Kay when I just need to take it down a level and
just sort of relax and have a cuppa.
And
And then that's when I usually watch her
I love her baking.
her baking ones, because I'm not going to be able to make. I'm not going to make anything she has. I don't have the recipes. Although now we have a scale.
We have a kitchen scale.
We have a kitchen scale now. Not because of them, but because of the Lose It stuff we've been doing. But we might actually be able to possibly write down some of the details.
We'd have to adjust it for gluten-free, dairy-free. But Kay and Dan are probably a couple of our favorite people. They just even if you don't do Patreon for Bakery Bears, just catch their podcast.
And you can still catch most of the baking during the course of the episodes. You just don't get the full. Part of the things I like about being a patron is I like to be able to watch her whole baking thing all at once, because then it doesn't break up the relaxing feel that I'm trying to go for with it.
I love her all this. I love her tutorials because she's very methodical. She's very restful, and you don't feel like if you don't get it, you're stupid.
Yeah, I don't tend to watch the tutorials. But
I do like very much. Oh, there's my water. I was looking for it. Okay, so now what do we need?
Mom constantly loses her water. I think she needs a shirt or something that says, "Where's my water? Where's my water?"
Okay, what are we
Or
doing?
a hat.
A hat. Well,
Where's my water?
What are we doing now?
Although I probably need one that says...
royalties.
I probably need one that says, "Where's my glasses?
Yeah.
Where's my phone?
Where's everything?
Headphones."
Where's my head?
Because I'm constantly losing... Not anymore since I got the lanyard. I was constantly losing my migraine glasses, which are actually terribly expensive, which is why I got the lanyard. That's been the easiest fix. My headphones. I constantly lose them, and I use them to help damp down sound a little bit. So
Okay, so what else do we get here?
so this is the Vine and Leaf.
No, this is my St. Paul chaplet.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
So now I used it. I think I used it once.
Because you're kind of waiting until you show.
Yeah. So mine is blue. So you can see mine has got the blue cord and St. Paul.
And this is a newer blue cord. I
Isn't that a pretty
hope that
blue?
this supplier comes back to supplying it, because they have a ton of blues that I've never seen in any other cord, and I love it. They're just the most gorgeous. They have a teal.
Yep.
So guys, seriously, if you want to catch some gorgeous blues, now's probably time to get them before they run out, because I don't know if I can get this cord again.
So this is a very heavy chaplet. It's the stainless
stainless
steel beads, and it's got St. Paul metal and
The Jesus Master Way Truth and Life is on the other side. It's Jesus Master Way Truth and Life on one side and Mary on the other.
Yes. I can't find the word not procreator. I forget what it's called. But anyway, now I can use this more often. Have to get Father to bless it. And then the Vine and Leaf.
Yes.
This is our local yarn store. And
Yarn store.
no, not
They sell yarn too?
Yes, they sell yarn because yarn comes off Vine and Leaves. Anyway, this is our local tea shop, and normally I just buy my tea from Andy, but they have something that I really love here at Vine and Leaf. It's called Chocolate Monkey, and I found out that they were getting rid of it. It wasn't coming back. So, and I was down to nothing on my other that I bought. So I bought 3 ounces of that.
You should have bought them out.
I might have almost done. I mean, yeah, the Vine and Leaf. Let me see. Okay, here's my Chocolate Monkey. I bought 3 ounces of that. Here. And then, while I was in there, I said, well, I'm going to need something to replace that. So I'm trying a new one called Chocolate Truffle.
Yeah, didn't you ask them and they suggested this one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Chocolate Truffle. It says, this is like taking a bite out of a velvety smooth chocolate confection. This tea is truly a chocolate lover's dream. Rich Ceylon black tea is blended with cocoa nibs, chicory, chocolate chips, and even a dash of cocoa powder to create this lusciously decadent indulgence. Black tea, cocoa nibs, natural chocolate flavor, chicory, dark chocolate chips, cocoa, and blue cornflowers.
You see, before I order much in the way from chocolate from them, I would want to make sure that they are gluten-free and dairy-free and all their things.
And you can ask them that.
Because Andy, I know, is, but not every tea place is. Because I wouldn't trust David's tea to be. David's tea's not around anymore, I don't think.
This is dark chocolate. This is dark chocolate, so it could potentially not have any milk in it.
Teavana's the one that's not around anymore.
Yeah.
David's tea might still be.
So I got.
I don't like David's tea.
I got 2 of these in the hopes that I will like it and it can replace my chocolate monkey when that goes away completely. And then because I couldn't resist it, I got caramel. Fine teas and artisan chocolates. This is Vine and Leaf. It is just caramel. I think they're changing out their little labels because I only had what was in them on the chocolate truffle. These are the ones without the information, are old labels. So I've got those teas. I wanted so much to have something else like that, but I was waiting to show you.
So I've already broken into my gunpowder, as you can tell.
Because I picked these up for her.
Yes, Mom picked this up for me. And I actually feel like I might have some of their old gunpowder somewhere in the house. So it's either downstairs, in which case I need to bring it up, or it's in my boxes. So here's my gunpowder, because they replaced another tea shop and they took their supplier, I think. So they have a lot of the
And they kept their name.
Oh, was it the same name?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So it really did just pass hands. This one is an old label, so all it says is the name of the tea. And thankfully, how to steep it. I think I mentioned, I think this is a green tea because it's only 180 degrees and it's only for 3 minutes. That sounds like a green tea. And it tastes like a green tea. And it blooms like a green tea.
They all have how long to steep it.
Yeah. So, just FYI, for people who have sudden burning desire to know about green teas. Green teas tend to always be steeped at... tend to be steeped. Sorry, you can't say tend always because that's not correct. They tend to be steeped less than boiling, usually about 180 degrees, and they tend to be steeped at shorter times, about 2 to 3 minutes. Green teas will have, at least the gunpowder one, will have kind of like a vegetable-y smell, and they bloom a lot.
They really do. They're like whoosh.
And this looks like spinach. When
it does. It does. It's pretty cool.
So those are the things that I use. Plus, it has a distinctive green tea taste. Those are the things that I use to deduct this is probably green tea.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
This is all based of random knowledge that I did read. I have a history of tea book downstairs, and also like stuff about how to steep tea. I watched 2 documentaries on tea, on the history of tea and how to make tea, because nerd. The other tea, I haven't tried this yet because I liked this so much I wanted to have it again. This is also from Vine and Leaf. This is Earl Grey Moonlight tea, and I think We've had that before.
That's the one Karen Faye gave us.
That's what it was.
I have a big bag of it in my box over there.
I think, I don't remember what it tastes like because why do I not remember what it tastes like?
I don't know. It's a really good tea. I remember we liked it, so I picked that up for you because I have a big bag of it already in there.
Right. It's comforting flavors of vanilla and cream combined to soften the citrus notes of traditional Earl Grey. So this might be a little bit lighter than my normal black tea because Mom tends to like a lighter tea. She doesn't like it as smoky as I do. Like, she doesn't care for the gunpowder, which I love. I love every bit of smokiness in that. But it does have the natural bergamot that I do love.
I like that, yeah.
And
I like Earl Grey and Lady Grey and all those. Those are good. I'm not a big black tea person, but usually when I do like them, they're the Earl Greys and that kind of stuff.
I tend to like black teas, and I tend to like chamomiles. Now, this one is a little bit unusual for me. A lot of green teas are weak that I've had. This is not a weak green tea. This is a nice smoky one. So I really like this one.
And I usually tend to like the dessert teas. I like the Greys, the Earl Greys, stuff like that. And I like the fruity teas, like the Germany tea and that kind of stuff. the
I
blood
had
orange.
to be in the right. I like a fruity tea, but I had to be in the perfect mood because a fruity tea oftentimes leaves me more thirsty than when I started. If it's a really fruity tea.
And I do like chai tea, but I have to be careful with the chai tea when it's loose leaf. So,
And also with her, even her favorite chai tea, Mom doesn't react well to dairy anymore. She's lactose intolerant.
yay! Okay.
And finally, she's come to realize that my favorite chai tea is not good for me.
Yeah. So I have it. I still have it. I just don't have as much of it
Yeah.
because I'm not willing to give it up unless the doctor tells me I have to.
Well, it's an intolerance. It's not an allergy.
Yeah, it's not an allergy. So and it doesn't usually bother me if I have my morning cup, even if it's a 16 ounce, but I don't have more than that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. That's our stash enhancements.
Shop news.
Shop news.
And I don't think I have any shop news. I ran through the baby blanket. I'm doing mine first because you have a lot more to tell. I have more of like, what do I not have to tell? I did update the front of my shop where I say that if you have a rosary that I have made and you have, I think I say 80 to 85% of the rosary present, like the rosary pieces present, the beads, the crucifix, the centerpiece, most of the components together, I will rebuild your rosary, fix it for you, if it gets broken somehow. So if you just don't like that the knots are separating a bit from the beads because maybe I put them farther apart than you like. And all you have to do is pay for cost of shipping. I'll have the cost of shipping listed as the price, and you won't have to pay actual shipping. So I just want to throw that out there because I know a couple of viewers have bought rosaries from me, and I'm concerned that maybe they might be noticing the separating in the beads and knots, not like that. So, yes, if that is a problem for you, you might not care. I'm a little bit anal retentive. So, that's my big shop news. It now says that on the banner. Not that I'm anal retentive, but...
No comment. All right. In my shop, one of the reasons I didn't do any real specific, work on one project kind of thing is because I've been working on the kits. The kits are almost completely, all the yarn is almost completely dyed up. I have a little bit of dyeing, just a little bit to finish up. But
really quick side note, it's really fun the times when we are both having to have business stuff in the kitchen because sometimes I have to do certain things to finish up my rosary where I have something that smells really strongly that we need to open the windows. So I'll do it at the kitchen table. Mom will be dyeing yarn. So it's like small business central in there. So it's really fun when that happens.
yeah, it is. Happens every so often.
Yeah, not so much anymore now that my big special orders
thing, yeah.
out. So
But
I can slow down.
I've done all the major components for the kits. I have 4 kits available. 3 have been spoken for. I have 1 fingering sock kit left that if somebody wants it, it'll be up in the shop. I have to reskein
I'm sorry, guys.
2 of the colorways that go in there. I'm waiting on a couple of the incidentals to come in and something I have to
I thought
do.
all the incidental... Oh, I know what you're waiting for.
And then I have,
That hasn't come in yet?
I just ordered it because I realized I needed it.
I ordered mine at the same time as you.
Yeah, but yours came in just a couple days ago, so I'm hoping it comes in today.
I just am shocked that yours isn't here yet because...
I'm hoping that it comes in today, and then I can start putting everything together. I hope to have this listed, hopefully within the week, I hope. My goal is to get them out no later than the 2nd week of November, because I want people to have it by Advent. So, excuse me. I'm really happy with the way the yarn turned out, so I'm hoping that you like it. Please, if you bought a kit, read the instructions before you open your packages. Okay?
Very important.
It's not going to affect the fate of the nation, but I think you'll like it better if you read.
It'd be more fun.
It'll be more fun. They're kind of like little clues, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
You'll see.
You'll see.
Okay? So do read what it says to do.
Yes, you are required to read. This is your homework.
Yes, homework. If you want the gift, you have to.
You have to earn it.
It's not the gift. If you want your
prize?
Well, I don't know. They bought it. Just read it.
You want your reward.
Yeah, just read it. So
do what I'm telling you.
Do what I'm telling you.
Reference.
Yes, a reference. So those are almost complete.
Even though I've not seen that movie.
those are almost complete, so I'm really excited about that. It means I can start dyeing up yarn for the holidays and things like that, and get Talia's thing out so she stops bugging me.
I want to start knitting the new design.
And then, other things. You will start seeing, once November comes around, some Christmas yarns popping up and holiday yarns.
And I can tell I'm starting to get into the holiday feel again because I'm itching to knit, to design more Christmassy things.
Right. So that's that part. I'm hoping to update the shop periodically again now that we're hitting into the holidays. There might be, like I said, a little bit of a break somewhere in there because life happens, and also the floor might be needing to being taken care of. But just keep an eye on the shop.
You almost forgot.
No, I just stumbled over my words.
I do this thing that drives Mom nuts, and where I don't add was it 2 or
Just don't speak properly.
it's I'll say it needs fixing or
No, it needs fixed.
it needs fixed. That's what I would say. It needs fixed.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
And I think I picked it up when I went to school in near Pittsburgh, and then I think also when I was working. I almost said working hospital. Working in the hospital, because there was a lot of shortening of sentences when we were working there. So I've picked up a lot of bad habits verbally, even though I would never write that way.
I taught her better than that.
And it drives her batty. It is amazing.
I hate that. It's just, it's
And
lazy.
she always calls me out on it.
It's lazy. It's laziness.
It's only lazy if it's conscious.
It's laziness. I'm not talking about people who are exposed to that all the time. That's the way they talk because it's
I was exposed to
You're
it
not
all the time.
exposed to it all the time anymore. You don't have that excuse.
I'm old and I'm set in my ways.
No, not even remotely.
I am too.
No.
Once you're over 30, you're set in your ways.
No. You've been out of school 10 years.
But it was also the workplace. I've only been out of the workplace 1 year.
I've never heard anybody
Not even a year.
in Northwestern say any of that. So that was
Well, no, that was more the hospital.
It's just, Anyway, moving along, because it's getting toward 2 hours and that's long.
It is.
I worked on the shared story, and then I haven't read much except for my religious stuff. We forgot our stash enhancements. It's actually an early Christmas gift. We found. We got our Take Up and Read, which is a scriptural based Bible study kind of thing.
And they say it's for women, but honestly, I think guys could do it
I
too.
think they
I haven't
could,
seen anything that's like.
I mean, it's
specific.
It is geared toward women a little bit.
I haven't noticed anything yet.
But it could be for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just enjoy. Okay, I'm one of those people that if you start throwing in Bible verses and quotes, I'm happy. I love things. You could make fill an article with quotes, and I'm happy. I think that's like the science-y nurse training stuff where you always cite your sources. So if someone has quotes, and I'm like, yay, there's a quote. Ooh, another quote.
Okay, we're going to have to call this a day because it's getting late and we have to get ready for lunch and things like that. You don't have anything else to say?
No, I'm actually shocked how much we got done this week because I had a migraine most. So the first, I was heading into migraine most of the weekend and I got one on. Was it Monday that I had my migraine?
Yeah, Monday or Tuesday, I forget which.
One of those days.
So,
and then I was lightheaded, really lightheaded one of the days. But honestly, I'm shocked at how much we both got done.
All right, so moving on. I am not shocked. I'm just kind of surprised. Okay.
That sounds like Spock. I am not. It's not fascinating. It's merely interesting.
Okay. There's a different in degree. Anyway, so that in the interest of getting you out of here before it is 2 hours, I want to thank everybody who commented either on YouTube or in the PHN group. We appreciate all your comments. If I don't mention your name, I didn't see you before we did the podcast. So I apologize, but your comments are very much appreciated.
They are.
We want to thank Brittany, Steph, Wendy, MacGyver, Wombat of Doom 53, Emma, Paula, Allison, Stephanie, and Looney Hiker. Anyone else we may have forgotten, we do appreciate your comments. We want to wish you all a very blessed week and weekend, a safe Halloween.
We also want to thank our patrons who joined us for the Zoom on Friday. That was a lot of fun.
Yesterday.
Thank you.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Yesterday.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you. No, we were not made seasick.
No.
So
we want to wish you all a very blessed, wonderful week full of knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever it is that makes your heart happy. Have a a blessed Halloween if you are celebrating. And we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave next week. This is the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast. And I forgot the episode number, 4 something.
It's been 4 something for a while.
Yeah.
450 something?
No, I don't think it's that much. I think it's 424. 426. This Pen, Hook, and Needle podcast, episode 426. And that's a wrap.
Bye.